You're listening to another. You're listening to another batter. I inhaled beforehand and was waiting too long. You're listening to another Battle Science podcast, a Pokemon Go PvP podcast where we talk about the Silph Arena, Go Battle League, and other things as they relate to Pokemon Go PvP. I am one of your hosts, Steven, a.k.a. aBoyInTheWoods, joined as always by Jesse, a.k.a. RocketAdminJ.
Are you sure about that?
Oh no. Oh no. What's that meme? It's it was me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin. Oh no.
You know what? I bet we can make a funny Pokemon thing to that.
If Jesse unzips his skin and then out pops and it's Vince McMahon or something, then boy will the plot have twisted. What's that? What's the Detective Pikachu? It was very twisty. That was very, very twisty. It is early September 8th as of recording, 2020. COVID is still happening. Racial injustices are still happening. And now the country's on fire.
Well,
how about that? I mean, well, a section of the country's on fire, while also
the West Coast is on fire.
while also sections of the country have snow. Yeah. Not is it Colorado? I think parts of Colorado have snow.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
Well, but yesterday they had record heat. They had record high temperatures one day, and sub 30-degree Fahrenheit temperatures the next. That caused snow. So
what a cold front.
Things are weird. You want to know what's not super weird?
I mean, would it be 2020 if it wasn't?
That's true. I mean, this is I honestly hopefully we get all the weird stuff out now. Fire, snow.
That's called napalm.
No, that's called war crimes. The clouds you'd scald.
No. But to get more on track.
Yeah,
a lot of good stuff going down the pipeline.
Yeah, I was gonna make a really bad transition of what's not weird? A Pokemon Go. That's bad. It's really bad.
That was bad. You should feel bad.
I do. I always feel bad.
Oof.
It's sad. Hulk is sad. Good Lord. Welcome to Heck Boys. Just smile and wave. Yeah. So we got some topics. As of now, I think the previous episode we were still technically within season 2 of Silph Arena, and then we are still in season 2 of season 3 of Go Battle League. All right, a little pet peeve I'm just going to voice out there. I don't understand when TV shows or sports seasons and stuff they are shorter than a year, so you get more seasons in a year, more than one season within a calendar year. If you have a season, make it an entire year. For the most part.
But that's not a season, then.
Well, don't make your seasons numerical in value if you are going to put them in more than one in a calendar year. You can label them per the outside season, like fall, winter, spring, all of that stuff. Or you can label them I ran out of box space. I need to be catching more Meltdown. It's just bizarre, and it makes me confused. Please don't do that. Please don't name it 3.
Season 3.
We're on season 3 of Go Battle League. We're on season 2 of Silph. Or actually, in between season 2 and 3 of Silph Arena. We're in the last week. Yeah, you're right. Where all metas but Ultra Premier League are available. In another instance of something that is very twisty.
Yeah, I think Niantic forgot to flip that switch.
I think they actually they weren't specific.
They weren't going to bring it back.
Yeah, they were. Okay. like generically specifying that it wasn't available.
Okay.
Or they listed it out and Ultra Premier League was not on the list, and so it was very bizarre. I'm gonna run out of box space here while catching Meltan during the hours. Maybe we need to adjust when we record. Although for the most part, I don't know. For the most part, it doesn't matter. But in this case of double candy, yes, I'm catching Meltan.
So moving on to the first topic in the news roundup.
News topics. Who would have guessed a Mega Evolution update? It's not like everyone was asking for it. In a bit of sarcasm and stuff. September 3rd, so a few days ago, would have been this past weekend, last week. Midway through last week, Niantic puts out via PokemonGoLive.com a community note, updates to Mega Evolution. Trainers, after listening to your feedback, we have made the following changes to Mega Evolution. The Mega Energy requirement to Mega Evolve a Pokemon that has already Mega Evolved before has decreased. The amount of Mega Energy that trainers receive from winning Mega Raids has increased. Jesse, do you happen to know the numbers of those?
As you were starting to read that, I was like, how much you want to bet he's going to ask me if I know those numbers?
Do you know those numbers?
I don't know those
okay.
numbers.
Do you want to look up those numbers? I'll finish reading off this these couple paragraphs.
Okay.
Or see if you can find that info. Here are a few adjustments that we're working on implementing. Walking with your buddy to earn Mega Energy. More ways to earn Mega Energy through research tasks and other gameplay. Earning bonus earning bonus candy when catching Pokemon that share a type with your Mega Evolved Pokemon. Thank you for your feedback as we continue to update this feature. Stay tuned. We'll share more information on the ongoing development process. Please be aware of your surroundings and the following guidelines, yada yada, the same bottom chunk paragraph that they've put in articles for the last 6 months now. So the key points here: Mega Energy requirement to Mega Evolve a Pokemon that has already Mega Evolved before has decreased. Before it was 200? No,
it was 200 the first time. There it is. New starters are now 40 to evolve the second time. So it's still 100, 200 the first time. But now starters are 40, Beedrill is 20.
Right. But then the amount of energy, Mega Energy you get when you complete a raid used to be...
Also went up. It used to be 45 to 50 at max. And now it's 75, I think.
Okay. So it's better.
Yeah, plus you can get... Per one raid, you could essentially get 2 Mega Evolutions after you've already Mega Evolved it once.
Right. And that's...
Because if you recall, we were doing a stream, and maybe it was the last episode of the podcast, too, where I said you almost have to do 2 to 3 raids just to be able to Mega Evolve once, even after you've already done it.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about... This doesn't adjust anything as far as how they evolve or anything. So the weird, you have to have a Pokemon sub each PvP league to Mega Evolve under each, because it is technically an evolution. Its CP goes up because its stats adjust per all of that stuff that we talked about last episode still applies. It's just they are now giving more Mega Energy, so people can
They're giving out more resources so that it's more easily accessible.
Yes. Which was
not much, but
right. Which was
improvement.
It was a very big complaint, especially with a lot of people still having to stay home and purchasing remote passes, which cost money. There is no free remote pass to do the megas. And currently, megas are only usable within raids, invite-only PvP, and rocket battles.
And gyms, if you count that.
Can they be gym attackers? Right, but they can't defend
But
gyms.
not defenders.
Right. So, weird for sure. Definitely.
My only thing is I hope that they keep everything they're putting out as Mega Raids right now. I hope they keep accessible to some degree. They also go on another article. I'm not sure if it was that one or somewhere else, but they have stated there will be alternative ways to obtain them also in the future.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the nice thing is that they are their own tier of raid, so they're like, I don't know if they would technically be classified above 5 stars. But with the amount of mega Pokemon that are around, I could imagine that, potentially with the swaps of Pokemon within 5-star raids, you could see swaps from megas once everything is out. So we'll have to sort of wait and see.
But even keeping them even at like maybe say a 10% spawn rate,
mm-hmm.
just so that they're still available. That way now with remote raiding, if someone does happen to find one and someone is looking, and that's another thing with like we talk about when new content like this comes out, we have a lot of collectors in our community that'll go crazy and just drop money when the new stuff comes out. And then 2 to 3 weeks later after that content's been out, they don't care for it.
Uh-huh.
So over time, these things do get harder to find people to do. Like I think it was you that mentioned or someone else we know that no one's around to help them do an Alolan Raichu or Marowak raid because no one wants to do them.
Right.
But with remote raiding, you can find groups of people. I know there's multiple Discords out there. There's ours where we put together, hey, is anybody looking for this particular raid? And then someone will keep it on the radar and be like, oh, I have one. Do you want an invite?
Right.
But again, just having the invite isn't enough. You have to have a community of people that want to help out or find a group of people that are also looking for that specific Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard mixed results as far as the remote raids and like lobbies in Discord to like try and organize them. So
yeah, it's not easy because you only get so much time.
Yeah. Righty. So I think that's
a bit
covered.
Of a better improvement.
Yeah.
They understand we're frustrated with how it works. One thing I wanted to bring up to the community and to our listeners is, would it be outside of the range of possibilities for us to get a remote raid pass in the 7-day streak box?
7-day streak rewards. I mean, I'll put my answer out there because I'm right here and accessible. I would say that shouldn't be a problem.
I mean, they don't lose much money, and it also makes people committed to getting to the 7th day.
Right. Although the other problem is if people are having to stay home and they don't have a stop nearby, they can't spin that stop to get that 7-day. So maybe a catch reward or something. Maybe some other way. But I don't know. Maybe as a on X day.
I mean, because you still get your free research every day.
Yeah, so maybe it's a on Sundays everyone's free research will be a remote raid pass, or the reward for that, which would honestly be kind of nice. I assume you can only have 3 stacked would continue, which means it's 5 now. So the 5 stack would continue, which would mean you'd have to use one to get more, but honestly, that's not a bad option. So I don't know. That would be interesting. I would appreciate to see it, even though I don't raid a whole lot. But I'm sure plenty of other people. Yeah, I'm sure plenty of other people would love to see that. So
Eric's comment: would I like it? Yeah.
Is it going to happen?
Is it going to happen? No.
Yeah. Nah, who knows? Who knows? The community's been loud enough before.
Yeah.
We just have to all get behind this.
And push.
Yeah. All right. Article number 2, September 4th. So 1 day later. Go Battle League Season 4 begins Monday, September 14th, 2020 at 1 p.m. PDT, GMT -7. AKA a really long title if you care for that. Let's see here. As Season 3 of Go Battle League finishes up, here's a look at what you can expect in Season 4. Season 3 rewards, Season 4 timeline, and what to expect. When Season 4 begins Monday, September 14th, that's next week. Yep. Your end-of-season rewards for Season 3 will be available on the battle screen, including an Elite Charge TM if you reached rank 7 or higher. Season 4 will follow a similar league rotation as Season 3, noted in the schedule below. These dates are tentative. Stay tuned, and we'll update you if anything changes. Let's see. Great League will run for 2 weeks. Ultra League and its Premier Cup will run for 2 weeks. Premier Cup will have a 2500 CP limit, of course. Master League and its Premier Cup will run for 2 weeks. Rather than crowding with a bunch of dates and numbers that might confuse you, we're just going to stick with the 2-week stuff. An all-new Halloween Cup will run from Monday, October 26th through Tuesday, November 3rd. That's 2 weeks. You can see more details about this Halloween Cup below. All 3 leagues and the Premier Cup, no CP limit, will be available from Tuesday. So, okay, here's where the sort of Master League Premier Cup. All 3 leagues and the Premier Cup, no CP limit, will be available from Tuesday, November 3rd through Monday, November 9th. So 1 week. Okay. Which actually makes me wonder, or actually, I know how they're doing this in the back end then. They don't have separate connotations for Premier League is one entity within the game. They don't have separate entities for a Great League Premier, an Ultra League Premier, and a Master League Premier. So anytime it updates weeks, all they do is adjust the CP limit within that code rather than having a separate entity within the code, which is interesting and a little disappointing because a lot of people, myself included, really enjoy Ultra Premier League, and having it only around for 2 weeks during Ultra League is, I don't know, if Master League Premier Cup is available during that final week, I don't see why Ultra League can't come back. But I can understand how they code that somewhat. Season 5 will begin Monday, November 9th, 2020 at 1 p.m. PST. Again, tentative. So in, let's see, September, October, November, 2.5 months? No, 2 months. 2 months we'll have Season 5. You can look forward to the all-new Halloween Cup, which will run from Monday, October 26th for 2 weeks. In this format, only Poison, Ghost, Bug, Dark, and Fairy-type Pokemon will be allowed. In addition, you can earn reward encounters with Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, all wearing Halloween costumes. The Halloween Cup will have a 1,500 CP limit. So that's interesting, but not.
It's like they took the Sinister Cup and the Twilight Cup and threw them together in the same pot.
Yeah, but also don't have pre-built teams. You have to go in with the random threes.
You have to guess.
Yeah. We'll look at that when we get a little bit closer.
So
and
what
break
you're
down
saying
that meta.
is all ghost types. Or no, dark. No, it's an interesting mix. Interesting.
Yeah, you could probably run. I would run. I don't know. Yeah. We'll cover that. We'll go deeper into that meta when we get a little bit closer. We've got other stuff to cover.
We might even have to have a special guest on for that one. It is the spooky season.
Right. I don't know who you're talking about. If you have anybody in mind, so what do we have, like King Boo or something? Dry Bones?
I'll leave the audience in suspense.
You'll leave me in suspense too, because I don't even know who you're talking about.
Wait.
You can expect the following to stay the same in Season 4. There will not be a walking requirement in order to battle in the Go Battle League. Yay, high fives, everybody. Socially distant high fives, everybody.
Air high fives.
Let's see, top 3 for Halloween Cup, not Shadow or Azu, Golbat, and Umbreon. No one should be surprised. Friendship level requirement for battling remotely will remain good friends throughout Season 4.
Hooray!
No matter where they are. Or remember that you can scan another trainer's QR code to battle them no matter where they are. Avatar.
Beginning of Season 2, they kicked back on the requirement for Ultra Friends.
Yeah, who knows?
How mad is Silph?
Let's see. Avatar items inspired by Pikachu Libre will continue to be rank 7 rewards. Those should have changed by now, but that's my opinion. Avatar items inspired by Blue from Pokemon, the Pokemon RPGs will continue to be ranked 10 rewards. I don't know.
Wait, did they seriously say RPGs? That's funny.
That's, I don't know, fine, because they've only been around for a season, but next season they should change too. Again, my opinion. The win rewards and Pokemon reward encounters will remain the same as Season 3. As a reminder, the Pokemon encounter rewards are as follows. Pidgeot starting rank 1, Galarian Zigzagoon starting rank 4, Galarian Farfetch starting at rank 7, Rufflet at rank 8, Scraggy at 9, Pikachu Libre starting at rank 10. Threw up with the starters news. Yeah, throw up in your mouth a little bit. Starters in costumes means they can't evolve. We've covered that ground before enough that it's honestly should be pretty level and you can build a building on it.
Set that for a foundation.
Yeah, we're the Machops in help me out, Lieutenant Surge's town. Vermilion from the original games. Do you remember the Machop or whatever that's walking around and his trainer's like, oh yeah, he's flattening the earth so that we could put a building here. Yeah,
in Gold and Silver when you go back there, it's a Machoke.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're that. We're those. We're treading that ground a lot. Let's see. What's new in Season 4? Notable changes coming to the Go Battle League for Season 4. I'm still catching Meltan. Rank progression will be changing in Season 4. You can reach rank 2 by completing a certain number of battles. You can reach ranks 3 through 9 by winning certain numbers of battles. You'll still need to reach a rating of 3,000 to reach rank 10, similar to past Go Battle League seasons.
Have they ever said that number in the past?
3,000? If they haven't, it's been pretty clear that that's the number to get to.
Okay. I feel like this is the first time they're actually saying the number.
I would be surprised if it is, but also I don't pay attention to that because my goal has always been rank 7.
7, right?
Yeah, I never expect to get any farther. Now I guess I can expect to get to rank 9, depending on how sweaty the previous ranks are. But we will have to wait and see. Excuse me. Let's see. End of season rewards will be similar to those in Season 3. Stardust from rank 1 to 3. Stardust TMs and a raid pass from rank 4 to 10. If you reach rank 10, you'll earn a brand new avatar pose. Yay. If you finish Season 4 at rank 7 or higher, you will receive an elite fast TM rather than an elite charge TM. Which
those just seem to be alternating each season.
Yeah, which surprises no one. Or should surprise no one. Go Battle Night on Thursday, September 24th from 6 p.m. to 11:59 p.m., so 6 hours, local time. You can experience the all-new Flying Cup during the limited time Go Battle Night event.
So I'm assuming that's going to be the one that everyone will be playing.
Yeah, so the Flying Cup that we thought was going to be during during Season 3 is actually during rank. I'm mixing my numbers up. This is why you shouldn't number your seasons, because I'm getting all my numbers mixed up. I don't know why I'm getting angry about that.
So Season 3.
Instead of Season 3, it's in Season 4. Flying Cup will be available. In this format, only Flying-type Pokemon will be allowed. The CP limit is 1,500. You'll be able to complete 20 sets of Go Battle League battles, up from the regular 5 sets, for a total of up to 100 battles. You'll receive twice the Stardust for winning battles, completing sets of battles, and ranking up in Go Battle League. Evolve Pidgeotto, the evolved form of Pidgey, during the event to get a Pidgeotto or a Pidgeot that knows Gust. And we don't have any info as far as Gust yet. But we have some adjustments to other movesets. Like in previous seasons. This time we are getting different adjustments to bug-type moves. The following new attack will be added to Pokemon Go, Lunge. This bug-type charge attack will be lowering the opponent's Pokemon attack. The opposing Pokemon's attack. I added the plural in the wrong spot. Initially, when this attack becomes available, only Masquerain and Galvantula will be able to learn it. The following attacks have been updated for trainer battles. Bug Buzz. This bug-type charge attack now has a chance of lowering the opposing Pokemon's defense. Flame Charge. This fire-type charge attack now deals less damage and will raise the user's attack. And Signal Beam. This bug-type charge attack now has a chance of lowering the opponent's Pokemon's Again, I put the apostrophe S in the wrong spot. This bug-type charge attack now has a chance of lowering the opposing Pokemon's attack and defense.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Along with these updates to existing attacks, the following Pokemon can learn an attack it couldn't before: Vespiquen and Signal Beam. This powerful bug-type attack is a perfect fit for powerful bug-type Pokemon like Vespiquen. Vespiquen? I don't know. Let's see. We're so excited to give you a sneak peek at the next season. Season 5 will be will be shorter than previous seasons at just 3 weeks. Wait. Okay. Season 4 is normal. Season 5 will be shorter than previous seasons at just 3 weeks long. Additionally, ratings won't be in effect for this season. That's weird. You'll progress through the ranks by winning a certain number of battles. We hope to see trainers try out new strategies, test different battle teams, and prepare for Season 6. That's bizarre. I saw no one talking about that on Twitter at all. And since this is my first time reading through this article, that's interesting. I don't know. That's weird. That's very weird. Why would whack?
I guess people are just more interested in the new formats they're introducing, like the Flying Cup.
Yeah, I wonder if the talk of Season 5 being shorter and not having any ratings means they're going to be doing a deep dive into their processes of ELO, because there have been a lot of complaints as far as the way that they've handled ELO and ratings for those higher ranks.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, I guess they specifically said that during this season, they would not change how win-loss affected your ELO loss and gain. But there have been people that have been keeping track, and it apparently has changed 3 or 4 times over the course of this season. So there's been a lot of complaints and stuff on Reddit and such of things being really bizarre.
Yeah.
And Niantic not really being consistent with what they've said, which, makes sense.
But we're working on that.
Yeah.
Human relations, right?
Pokemon Masters, I'm feeling it right now. I had a monster earlier, so because I'm messing up all of my words because I've had more caffeine than I normally do. I got to get those double XP codes for Halo Infinite when it comes out.
Really? Is that why you're drinking them?
Well, I mean, I enjoy monsters anyway, but the fact
why
that
not
it'll be
fuel my energy and my addiction?
Yeah. I mean, I don't play PvP all that often, so realistically,
So what you're telling me is if they put out monster energy codes for Pokemon Go,
I mean, I'd do it.
I
don't think they would, because they would be marketing Monster to kids, and they certainly don't want that. I mean, if they did like Capri Sun or something.
Dude, let's get the Kool-Aid guy.
The Kool-Aid guy just turns into a giant Pokeball. The little only the little wax bottles of Kool-Aid give you double XP for. Give you like an hour long item to get
you enough coins it gets you a lucky egg.
It gets you a lucky egg, or it gets you a star piece or something. Yeah.
Oof.
Oh yeah. I could
guy used bulldoze.
I could see it.
What if I get some more ideas?
What if that's the mega of Melmetal?
Please
it's
don't.
just it's the Kool-Aid man.
No. Moving on.
Oh yeah. All right. In another topic, I think the last
Did you talk
topic.
about Flame Charge?
Yes, I brought up Flame Charge.
All of the moves.
Yes.
Okay.
So Vespiquen, this changes Vespiquen a bit.
It gives them more options.
Yeah. Lunge is interesting, but we'll have to see how it affects more Pokemon.
And get the stats on it.
Right. Flame Charge was interesting that people were like, it only affects Zebstrika. And apparently it benefits Zebstrika a lot, because Zebstrika's moveset's kind of weird.
Wild
which
Charge
is cool.
or Flame Charge.
Yeah, or both. The other one, I think it was Eric, who somebody in our Discord was talking that Combustion actually has flame charge.
Yeah, and they're like, "Am I a joke to you?"
Yeah, and it caps out at about 1500 at 100% combustion, which is good, cool. I don't know. It doesn't have counter, so it really doesn't help it a ton. And we all know that fire Pokemon need a bigger. They need a bigger buff than just flame charge. Yeah. Or I guess flame charge helps. We'll have to see.
We need Will-O-Wisp.
We'll have to see if flame charge gets applied to other fire Pokemon as well. If now that it gets its buff, where it places itself. I imagine Pokemon like Chandelier just won't get it. Trying to think of other Pokemon that would probably get flame charge. Ninetale
should.
It would, huh?
Emboar should.
Emboar should. I would say Heatmore would make sense. Ninetales would make sense. Arcanine would make sense.
That'd be gross on Arcanine.
Yeah. There's a lot of Pokemon. There's a lot of Pokemon that it would make sense, and then there's some Pokemon that it just wouldn't. Chandelier off the top of my head, just I don't know if it would make sense for that.
What's the one that looks like All Might? Darumaka's evolution.
Darmanitan?
Yes.
Ooh, Entei. Ooh. I mean, if Raikou can be like Raikou and Suicune can be like
relevant.
They've been relevant before. We have not seen Entei be relevant before. So bringing
it's just because Flamethrower is a clone of Ice Beam, and they just take too long to get to.
Yeah, Flame Charge would be an interesting one on Entei for sure. That would definitely put it up there as far as relevancy.
In subtext, it would be the flavor text. Oh boy, it's getting hot. Entei powers up 2 times. Oh man, it's hot in here.
Was it the dude patting his head with the handkerchief, just sweating intensely?
Those fire fangs start to hurt a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be. Flame Charge is an interesting addition. I will be very curious because, like, we know it's very limited on particular Pokemon. I'll be interested to see what gets it in a later date.
Talonflame.
Yeah, dude. Seriously. Seriously. There's like tons of options.
A good flying fire type that isn't a legendary.
Yeah. The Flying Cup we really didn't talk a whole lot about. It's coming up. What's the meta?
It's Aerodactyl and its counters.
Aerodactyl, Articuno, and Skarmory? And that was it?
Sounds right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's called the Aerodactyl and its Bros Cup.
It's gross. I don't have a good Aerodactyl. I just imagine I'm going to lose all the time. So, whatever.
Bring a water flyer like Gyarados.
Oh, yeah.
For Zapdos.
Oh, Gyarados is eligible. That's whack. Oh, I forgot it was a flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be weird. That's going to be really weird.
It's going to be a lot of Zapdos, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I've got a Shadow Zapdos under 1500, so that might be fun. Gross. I might have to Elite TM and give it
Thundershock.
I think so. I don't think I've done it yet, so yeah, that would be interesting. Our final short little news topic here in the news roundup. North America's Speediest Chief 2, I don't know what happened to the first one, claims the World Championship crown after an amazing final round. This is from at SilphGG on Twitter. Congrats to our new arena champion and to all the competitors for these incredible battles. Speediest Chief going through the other 3 competitors undefeated and some absolute bonkers moves. He was calling his opponent's teams beforehand magnificently. That was some amazing battles. And I was a little concerned looking at his team that he was a little bit weak to fighters. But boy howdy, he handled it. So that was congratulations to Speediest Chief.
If someone hasn't watched it, would you recommend it?
To just see the pure insanity that is top level battling. Yeah, it's nuts. It's like the amount of like sack swap, shield, like when to shield, not shield, just the pure mechanics and
So would you say it's more than just a tapping game?
Yeah. I'm
just saying, if I had a friend that didn't care for Pokemon Go PvP and they just said it was a tapping game, would this make them change their mind?
This would nothing will change their mind because they're already set in that way. I would slap them and then not talk about Pokemon Go PvP to them ever again. Until at some point they're like, "Oh yeah, I tried it. It's kind of cool. What do I do?" And then I'm like, "Well, listen to the podcast." Yeah, I don't think this would ever change anyone's mind. I think sitting someone down and sort of explaining both the prep ahead of it, because there was it was a draft, double ban phase draft, along with ahead of the tournament. I think some explanation on top of showing someone this might change somebody's mind, but yeah, if someone's like, "Oh, it's just a game about tapping," this won't do it to them.
Okay.
But it is amazing if you just want to check out some amazing battles. It's fantastic. Hopefully it's still up on Twitch, and if it's not, they're putting it up. Hopefully they put it up on YouTube or something for the future. So, excuse me. All right. Oh, that's odd. I'm direct connected internet-wise, and it's the first time I've ever seen my OBS internet or connection just drop down into the yellow.
Huh.
Wild. Let's hop into the meta-analysis. Jesse, you ready to go into the meta-analysis?
Yeah.
I always think of dirty things when I say analysis. If you spell it out, then you'll probably get it. But if you don't get it, don't worry about it. Let's see. It was what? 2 hours ago? 3 hours ago?
Yep.
Silph.gg/players-choice-finalists. We have the You Design the Meta Players Choice Cup, September 2020. So this is the off-season between Season 2 and Season 3. Your rankings and I'm blanking on what it's called.
Player card,
Silph Arena rankings, win-loss, all that stuff does not matter. This is just for fun, basically. Just a reminder on that. I have not looked at these yet, so this is my first impressions on this. Jesse has looked at those, so looked at them yet, or has looked at them. So we're gonna go through them and then we're gonna discuss. So, I'll read off this first paragraph and a half here. After reviewing over 450 meta submissions, the Arena Meta team is excited to present the 4 finalist cup themes. There were tons of fun and creative meta ideas submitted. It surely was not an easy task to narrow the field down to just 4. Each submission was evaluated on multiple factors, including species variance, Stardust cost, and theme creativity, among others. Thank you to everyone who submitted a meta, and congratulations to the finalists. Check below for a description of each finalist meta. Once you've reviewed the metas, vote for your favorite by Friday, September 11th. That's going to be 11:59 p.m. UTC. So as long as you listen to the podcast earlier in the day, you should catch it.
I kind of agree with Eric's comment.
Wow, must be wow. I don't have a soundboard, so that would definitely go on it though. You can't come after us for a half-second soundbite. Lawyers, you can take that, lawyers.
All right, so first cup on the docket.
Yes, first cup on the docket, Circus Cup. I'm going to butcher some names here, but the creators are Adkisolo and Obranka Mary JK. I think I got it. League, Great League, 1500 CP limit. Aren't they all that? Allowed, flying, fighting, psychic, poison, and fire type. Oh, fire type. Ooh, spicy. Banned, legendaries, mythicals, Alolans, and Altaria. Ooh. Alolans and Altaria ban. Creator's description. Well, the topic speaks for itself that the theme of this cup will be circus. Poisons are associated with the wild and poisonous animals, flying with acrobats, psychic with magicians, fighting with strongmen and athletes, and fire types with fire eaters. Ah, fascinating. I'm going to take a look here at the PV Poke rankings. I'm catching another Miltan. Yoink. Let's see. Great League Circus Cup. We see Skarmory, Mantine, Dragonite Shadow, Bronzong, Emolga, Noctowl, Drapion, Hypno, Pelipper, Gyarados Shadow, Hypno Shadow, Macargo, Dragonite, Skunk Tank, and Drifblim rounding out the top 15. This is interesting and a bit refreshing to see fire type, even though fire type don't seem incredibly useful here. There's a little bit of steel here that could definitely don't benefit from having fire type, but I think with the rest of Mantine being a water, gonna resist it. Dragonite, gonna resist it. A lot of other things will have, and a number of other water types available. Water Flyer specifically, being high up here, makes sense because fire is relevant. Yeah, interesting. Initial take.
The shadows allowed, but I think it's meant to be for the extra damage.
Yeah. Offhand looks cool. Wouldn't mind playing it. Not. Emolga's a really weird one because doesn't Emolga cap out just under 1,500? Didn't we? Because we were catching a couple a while back. Eric is saying yes.
It's like 1,300 roughly.
So that's weird. For it to be that high, but it is an electric type. It's an electric type that, or it's a flyer with electric that should help beat other flyers and beats the waters for sure. So that's a interesting one. I'm trying to catch the Meltan. It's being a butt. Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing this. I would want to power up a couple of interesting things here. So Skarmory and Mantine are probably most people have already built. Dragonite's an interesting one, but I don't know how many people are. Yeah, Dragon actually would probably perform fairly well. The steel being around helps counter it, but they're not going to absolutely delete Dragonite.
Okay, so a max stat product, Emolga, is 1492 CP at level 40.
Interesting.
Thanks for that, Eric.
Yeah, that's... Huh. I mean, appreciate that it's just at Great League and it's not absolutely useless like Flying Pikachu or something. But yeah, that's you gotta get a good one. Yeah, I mean, Drifblim, Skunk Tank's up here. Yeah, this one would be cool to play. I would not mind playing that one. I would definitely have to power up some stuff, and I don't know if I really would want to, being the off-season, but that would be an interesting one. Pokemon Masters does make a good point that Emolga would be good in the Flying Cup too.
Yep.
Is it is it spawned now, or was it only spawned during that 1 week?
It was only during that 1 week, as far as I've seen.
Gross. Hopefully you got a good one.
Stock up on them.
Huh?
I told you to stock up on them.
I think I only got like 2 or 3, and I don't think any of them are good. So, whatever. It feels very niche, and if you don't have the best one or a really good one, whatever.
Okay. On an incense.
Okay. But that means it's available.
Sure.
So yeah, if Mystic 7 spawned an Emolga on an incense, that means it is in the spawn pools. It might be fairly rare though. Well, I assume it's fairly rare because if it's one spawn on an incense, then and I haven't heard anyone else. I mean, then again, Emolga's not a standout. Be like, oh my god, I found an Emolga. It's I found an Emolga.
But if you're in your PvP, it's like, it's an Emolga.
No, it's an Emolga. Yeah, at least the rate isn't 0%. Exactly. Number 2 on this list, the Maelstrom Cup from Who Knows Not. Hey, I can pronounce that one without butchering it or absolutely failing. Great League CP. Are any of these above Great League? No, all of these are Great League.
For you, show me.
They are all Great League. Allowed, Bug, Normal, Psychic, and Water type. Hey, look, more Water type. Banned, only Defense, Deoxys, and Wigglytuff. That's fascinating. Creator's description. Notion for it is a cyclical water event that also matches the psychic symbolism in Pokemon Go with Bug and Normal caught in it. This cup balances a great deal with some interesting Pokemon, I assume. Psychic has to worry about Bug and also the many Ghost Fast type normal moves, while Water has to worry about the many Grass type moves that normal types possess, as well as the few scatterings of Electric types. The ones it has... Oh, okay, it's talking about the overall stats of the PB Poke breakdown here. I will pass over that because that's going to confuse the heck out of me. My tiny brain can't handle all of those numbers. Defense Deoxys was able to do too much and check the normal types too hard, so it had to be banned. Wigglytuff does not need to be banned, but it had overwhelming victories in the 2 shields. Because so few things resisted Charm in the meta, I decided with an interesting... in the interest of making the meta less rock, paper, scissors, which Charm can at times cause when valued that highly, I banned Wigglytuff. Let's take a look here at the PV Poke numbers. We got Lantern, Alolan Raichu, Cresselia, Vigoroth, Fortress, Liveni. Ooh, Liveni. Up here at rank 6. Wormadam Trash, Azumarill, Escavalier, Ludicolo, Pelipper, Noctowl, Medicham, Obstagoon, and Mew, rounding out the top 15. No, Empoleon right there. This is interesting. This is definitely a meta that I don't think anyone would put together. This is a very creative meta. I can see why you think it was your favorite, Jesse. Because this is honestly really refreshing, and the focusing on the Psychic and Bug, and then extrapolating from there normal and water seems very interesting. Are definitely connections that I think most people, when they put together a meta, wouldn't have considered. So I think
my only biggest disapproval of this cup is the fact that most of those top picks are limited.
Let's see. So Raichu requires a raid and then a trade, usually. Fortress has been fairly limited, but most people are... Fortress is not easy to get, but it's also not difficult to get.
I was talking more along the lines of things like Livani and Cresselia that have had limited encounters.
That's true. Cresselia,
so we are getting Cresselia as a raid boss here.
Right, but that's usually above... Isn't that above 1,500 anyway?
Yeah.
So Cresselia, I think Cresselia was in the monthly rewards, the research, and then it had to get traded to get better stats, but you had to be very unlucky to get the right stats.
Yeah.
Wormadam, Trash, and Azumarill, realistically, people should have those built already.
I mean,
but those are both...
I didn't have Wormadam Trash back on, I think it was Toxic or Rose. So it's if you have one from that past cup where it was like one of the ones you had to have,
right?
Congrats, but to everyone else, you're gonna lose a lot of Stardust.
Those are expensive. Medicham also has to be up at 40.
Yep.
Mew is expensive to get those
limited,
those moves, and limited.
Obstagoon, the same kind of instance if you didn't get a good one.
Obstagoon's a bizarre one too. Yeah. Dugong's down here at rank 18, and that's a double legacy. Yeah, I would have... I mean, realistically, without Cresselia and Mew, I don't know if you would have any psychics up here.
I mean, you could turn the filter on, because this is a custom one, to ban the mythics, legendaries, and see what it would change.
How do I...
I guess you can't.
No, I'd have to go into custom and adjust it. Your psychic, your two highest psychic being both legendary, probably not the best option. Let's see. So your highest rating score is a 94.8. Your highest psychic type is Hypno at 88.8. Your next highest psychic is Lugia at 87. Yeah, I don't like that psychic's reliance on legendaries here. Galade's up here at rank 56. It just doesn't make sense to run. And then Wobbuffet at 64. I think it just doesn't make sense to run a psychic here. Like unless you're running Hypno, but even then you're running Hypno for what? I don't know. I don't know what you're running Hypno for.
I think the psychics just have utility and coverage.
Yeah.
Because I have it.
Yeah. Yeah, run Galvantula
I
because you
feel
have a
that.
good one. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to try out Galvantula. It seems like a really interesting meta. I guess Alolan Raichu is technically a psychic, but it's not running any psychic moves. It has this psychic as a psychic move. If it had confusion, it would be interesting, I guess. 54 best friend IV tree combinations that qualify for GL. 119 IV combinations for Ultra Friends from raids, not research. Okay, so it can.
So it is feasibly possible, but the odds are against you.
The odds are very small because there's like 2,000 plus IV combos.
4,096.
And you need within 419 IV combos. There are only 419, so
it's not even a quarter.
Yeah, you're looking at
almost 1 in 15,
20% ish. The odds are never in your favor. That's true. We are talking about re-rolling IVs via trading. Yeah, in concept, this is a cool meta, but I don't. The reliance on psychic types being legendaries this high up in the meta, I'm not like super thrilled with. I don't know what.
I mean, the argument can always be said you don't have to run it.
Right, but I wonder
if you look at
then
the top
what
performers in the cup, most of them are bug.
Right, but then what are bug beating
the psychic?
Right, but if no one's running psychic, then bug's just not relevant.
I mean, there are some bugs that can beat normals. They're also, especially with the move reworks coming up, some of those might actually get really good.
Yeah, Escav would perform really well. Yeah, this would be an interesting one after the rework, and since we're going to get that in a week's time, that would be very, very interesting to see.
See how that list changes.
Yeah, in concept, this is cool, but with not a whole lot of psychic type, and then the bug type being overwhelming, and then on top of that, the bug types getting some bug types getting buffs. I don't know if this would be something I would want to run.
I mean, because the biggest threat to the bugs are going to be the normal flyers.
Yeah. I don't know if it makes sense. Again, interesting in concept, but I think like in this specific instance where we're at, I don't know if I would be excited to run this. I would be interested to see how it changes, but I don't think I would be excited to run it. All right, number 3 on this list, the Origin Cup. Creator Darius Pent. Great League, of course. Allowed starter Pokemon and any species obtainable before beating the first gym in each main series Pokemon game. Well, that's like taking, Timeless and cranking it up to 11? Banned Pokemon obtained after leaving the city of the first gym in each main series game. You may not use 2 Pokemon from the same evolutionary series, i.e. you cannot have Ivysaur and Venusaur on the same team of 6. Fascinating. Tagline, remember your humble beginnings. Concept. The Timeless Cup was my absolute favorite, as it had the closest ties to the series roots and had a fantastic team building requirement that made each team fairly unique. It influenced me to think of other ways I could harken back to the 8-bit origins of Pokemon. I wanted a concept that emphasizes emphasized familiar Pokemon that anyone who played the games would know and love. Not everyone played the games through to the end, but everyone immediately identifies with which starter they began their journey with, recognizes the first Pokemon they caught on the first route, and remembers their first harrowing test against a gym leader. As such, I created the Origin Cup, where you battle with Pokemon, or more likely their evolutions, available prior to battling the first leader. I created the list using Bulbapedia, and it includes Let's Go Eevee, options caught from other regions by using the radio feature in the games, and Gen 4's Swarm events with the options available at that stage of the game. Origin Cup successfully injects nostalgia while creating a varied meta. There aren't even any types that require bans. None of the games give you access to Dragon or Ice prior to the first gym battle, so anyone who was traumatized by teams of Dragonair and Kingdra can relax. Yep, that's solid. Although I wonder if Dugong's here. Probably not. No, it wouldn't be. That wouldn't make any sense. I permitted the use of Alolan and Galarian alternative forms and evolutions to the options found in early parts of the game to add variety, as well as a few options outside of Johto's Violet City and Sinnoh's Oreburgh City, because leaders Falkner and Rourke are not in their gyms immediately, and you can explore a bit beyond the city before having to return to battle them. That is awesome. Let's take a look at this.
This is an incredibly detailed and thought out cup.
Yeah, this seems nuts. Let's see. Number 1, Noctowl. Number 2, Vigoroth. Number 3, Umbreon. 4, Venusaur, Machamp, Golbat, Jumpluff, Beedrill, Charizard, Alolan Marowak, Obstagoon, Swampert, Wigglytuff, Victreebel, and Blaziken rounding out the top 15. Interesting. Other fighters, Primeape and Hariyama, appear pretty high. That's honestly higher than I would put. That's putting a lot of Primeape and Hariyama are much higher than any time I would really expect. Napoleon, Steelix, Pidgeot. This is interesting. What's the fall off here on point wise? 96.7 on Noctowl. If you're running a flyer, probably make it Noctowl unless you're running Golbat as well. Ice won't be a big counter to flyers, so be careful of electric. But for the most part, where's your electric? Are there any electric? Raichu at 24. A Raichu would be somewhere. Am I missing it? Is it here?
56.
56. Oh, it's much lower. Ampharos at 43. Alolan Graveler and Golem in the 40s and 50s, and then Alolan Raichu at 56. Interesting. I like the premise. It's not as stringent as Timeless, where it requires you to have one from each region and then like a varied pick, which is kind of nice because sometimes that can put a lot of stress as far as trying to make sure your team's right.
Dugong is not on the list.
Dugong is not on the list, which is great. Which means your flyer's biggest concerns are if they're normal, is it fighting, and then in general, electric types, which don't seem to be very highly ranked up here. Most electric types don't have a ton of bulk, so that really doesn't help them. So, and the electric types that are available on this list are fairly small. I like the concept here. Play-wise, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff up here that makes sense, like really makes sense as far as their play. Machamp's pretty high up here, which makes me a little, I don't want to say worried. Just because we like know the power of fighting type and a counter user. I guess because Vigoroth is up here too with counter. We know that the capability of that is insane.
You lost me.
Huh? You there?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can't hear you.
Oh. I think you're muted.
I lost my internet connection.
Oh. I wonder if we're going to lose power or something. We had some power flickers earlier, so I wouldn't be surprised. Nope, we lost him again. Oh boy. Interesting. That's the first like technical difficulties I've encountered in a long while. I'm gonna finish my thought here on this cup. Origin Cup looks interesting. Your good performers, nothing's really surprising here. I think your counter users and stuff overall perform as great generalists for the most part, just because that fighting stab to counter is just insane anyway. So that's not surprising. Plus, your normal flyers are around enough that your counter users would make sense to be there. Yeah, I would. This is another one I'd be interested to run. I'm not against running it either, much as I want. Much as I want a month off. I probably won't be running any of these, but Origin Cup looks like a pretty interesting and refreshing meta here, and a really well thought out one. Let me see. Is he dying? Let's see. He's selling me. Let's see. We have not had an internet issue like this before. If we've had an internet issue, it's been me sending the stream out. But since I've wired my connection up a number of months ago, I've not had any issues. Jesse has not Jesse hasn't dropped out of Jesse's internet has never dropped before. And it makes me a little concerned on my side of having internet connection issues. Let's see. I am still connected. This is a technical difficulty that we have yet to encounter before on a podcast, which kind of sucks because it's remote. He's like literally 5 minutes down the road from so his if he's having problems, then I'm worried I might be encountering problems here shortly. Although if Comcast has internet issues and does repairs, they usually do it at like midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever. So realistically, this might not be a maintenance issue. Nope. Are you back?
Yep.
Hey.
My internet likes to randomly just go, I don't want to work anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
We're trying to figure it out.
I was saying that that was a technical issue we've never encountered before. So, because like internet on your end has never gone down before. Like OBS connected to stream and stuff has dipped before, but nothing on your end.
Yep.
So I finished my thoughts on
I'll listen
Origin.
to it when the recording goes out.
Yeah, my thoughts on Origin. It would be interesting to play. It's not super surprising, but it is incredibly well thought out. So, that would be an interesting one. Now to the fourth and final, the Duet Cup. This was created by Jet Force Gemini, iRod, and AONC 1914. Oh, go ahead.
If anyone gets the reference Jet Force Gemini, kill all the tribals.
I don't get that one.
Good.
Great League, of course, allowed any Pokemon that does not evolve or only evolves once. Fascinating. Banned Megas, Shadows, Legendaries, Mythical, Skarmory, Altaria, Medicham, Tropius, and Galarian Stunfisk. Let's see. PV Pokemon's rankings. We'll take that in a second. Description. This is a dance for two and three's a crowd. The original concept was called Double Mint in reference to the gum commercials, but we found that it was hard to understand without explanation. Once we had the idea in play and excluded a few of the dominant picks from Open Great League, it all came together in a way that balances nicely. Let's take a look here at this Duet Cup PvP. Chat, can you guys still hear us? There is no issues on my. Are there any issues on my end, or was it just Jesse that popped?
It was just me.
Okay. Let's see. Duet Cup number 1, Scrafty. 2, Bastidon. Primeape 3, Umbreon. Wishcash. Mantine, Mantine? I don't know. Potato, I guess. Rosin? All right, number 7, Castform Rainy. Hitmontop, Hariyama. Obama Snow. Dugong. Frostlass. Pelipper. Ferrothorn. And Lucario in 15th. Let's call this whole thing off. It's in quotes. If that's a reference, I am confused.
I got the reference. That's
okay.
Nice.
Tomato. All right. So this is an interesting one. Fighting and dark seem to be fairly prevalent. Fighting to beat the dark and fighting being fairly good generalists, and then Umbreon being a fantastic generalist. And then of course water, because water is incredibly bulky and diverse. So Wishcash being a really good great mud boy with only one evolution. Mantine again, a water flying, so of course. Castform Rainy not having an evolution. Interesting and more interesting. I don't
take a shot for every time Steven says interesting.
No, I think I've said enough ums for that. I don't mind this. I think building a meta around this, if there was like a meta simplified, this one would look a lot more chaotic, and it would just be, is there a Pokemon that has great bulk that plays with the other Pokemon you want to pick? Great, add it to your team, because I honestly don't think that there's anything here meta-wise. Bring a fighter, bring a dark, bring some bulk. That's about it.
Way to criticize the cup.
Well, I mean, as far as like building a team within this meta, because there's really isn't a.
But I mean, that kind of plays into the whole concept they mentioned in the description, right?
Right. It's a
pick your backup, pick your dance partner, and then pick your wingman.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be against. This would be an interesting one to play as well, for sure. I would be interested to see what what's the website called? Game Press, what Game Press would do, or other content creators would do for a meta simplified here, as far as like recommending team builds, like what you should slot out with, because I think it's a pretty interesting and diverse. I guess going back to this, they literally said, once we had the idea in play and excluded a few of the dominant picks from Open Great League, it all came together in a way that balances nicely. So they basically looked at Open Great League and removed some of the very high performing stuff. I assume this would play a lot like a general
limited,
a limited open league. So
a Premier League with the main things banned.
A Premier League with 3 tiers banned, which is refreshing. You don't see the. This is definitely going to be a little bit. It's definitely more expensive. Because your starters and stuff, which would be up here, are very inexpensive. So things like Mantine, if you don't have a good Mantike. Umbreon can get expensive, especially if you don't have the last resort. Bastiodon needs to be near Hundo. Scrafty's a weird one. It's been what? If you participated in the Water and Dark event and were able to catch some Scrafty, you and then if you needed to trade them, you should, in theory, have a reasonable PvP Scrafty. Scrafty's a really fun one that if you don't have, I would highly recommend searching out, because 1, it's a fun Pokemon to play, and 2, it's performed very well in its role as a fighter with the interesting dark subtype and moves. Nothing stands out as far as Hitmontop and Hariyama, again, as higher than I would have expected. I make sense of Machamp's not around and Primeape. I thought Primeape was supposed to be garbage. People were saying Primeape was garbage.
It wasn't until it got Night Slash.
Oh, it got Night Slash recently? Is that what's going on?
I mean, it was about a year ago now.
Okay.
It's just been one of those things where it's been under the radar, and I think it did have a couple legacy moves.
Okay. And then I wonder if close combat's adjustment probably helped a lot of fighters. So Primeape and Hariyama and Hitmontop all running close combat. So that makes sense. So although stat-wise, I don't think... Can I see
fighting rework hurt Lucario more than it helped it.
Oh, the power-up punch nerf?
Well, no, just the fact that close combat got reworked, and then as a fighting type, it kind of fell off.
Right, because it's also steel, and whereas most fighting most fighting against fighting is it's just generally neutral. Lucario loses hard here, so versus something like if you're looking at a general, is Toxicroak somewhere around here? Like Toxicroak, there it is, 23rd. Resists the fighting, so it performs in a better, like Lucario is a powerhouse for sure, but it has some big disadvantages having the steel type. So the not very present fire type specifically as well. This would be an interesting one. I would love to run. I for sure Scrafty is on my team. Scrafty, Bastiodon, maybe Umbreon. Honestly, I could put some of the top stuff on my team because I've already got it built. Abomasnow would be an interesting one to run and play around with. So Dugong and Frostlass will have to.
Yeah, you should ask Protoman how he thinks about Abomasnow.
Oh, is he He's
triggered.
So, I don't know if anyone can hear that. My mom just walked in. I told her I was recording a podcast.
Hi, Steven's mom.
She can't hear you. I've got headphones on. So yeah, Duet Cup would be an interesting one as well. So honestly, I would love to see Origin or Duet. Maelstrom's a really interesting concept, but I just don't know if its focus on Bug and Psychic, but having Psychic not be as dominant, and then Bug getting the rework here recently. I don't know if that really helps it at all. So,
Winston, Abomasnow is super fun. I didn't say it wasn't.
No, I mean playing against it or
both.
Having it on your team, because I don't have one built yet. That's one with the rework is definitely needs to go on my list here. Primeape is a monster when it gets going. I played against a Primeape in a cup recently, so but I think I handled it pretty well. So that would be another.
I think that's what most of these matchups come down to, is how you handle it.
Yeah, I mean that's PvP in general.
I'd
be interested to go through and see if I have a reasonable Primeape, because I feel like I might. Going through my Meltan, I have a rank 2 for Ultra League for a Melmetal. Sick. Some interesting cups here. Jesse, what was your thought on? You said Maelstrom was one of your favorites as far as types. What was your thought on Maelstrom then?
I like the way it looks. It's interesting type matchups. They obviously did their work on it.
Yeah, I think all of the people that submitted here on this list definitely put a lot of thought into, and a lot of.
I like the concept of Origin, because I do agree with some of the concepts. How not everybody played the games all the way through, but they know things like Beedrill, they know things like Pidgeot.
Your initial bugs, flyers, all of that stuff.
Early game spawns.
Yeah. That's a really interesting concept. As far as I'd be really interested to see what the team building looks like, because there's so much variation. But you want to take it over to let's see. What's next? Community question?
Well, there's the community question, and then something with recapping the season 3, right?
Yes. So we'll cover not last episodes, but the episode before, because last episode I forgot to do community question stuff. So the previous community question: if you could add something to the game, what would it be? And it's if you could add, I think anything. It was like a move, feature, whatever. We got a couple of responses in our Discord. Links down below, both in your podcast description and on Twitch, if you want to, and on YouTube as well, because we upload the podcast there as well. Links down below if you want to join our Discord, open to all. Please be respectful, but we haven't had anyone not be respectful, so thank you to everyone that has been respectful. Can I say respectful a couple more times? So a couple of answers here. Eric says from 2 episodes ago, I agree with Steven. Breeding would be great. I think it would allow Niantic to sell more incubators if people could get eggs for whatever Pokemon they wanted. Yeah, it would be a lot more appealing to eggs would be a lot more appealing to interact with there. He goes on to say, I want better bugs, poisons, and fairies. Volcarona, Mega Bugs, Dragalge? Help me out with that one, Jesse.
Dragalage?
Dragalage? Is that what it is?
It's the anchor.
Oh, it's the anchor. Okay.
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
I think it'd be algae, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's the dragon poison from Sun and Moon.
Oh, that one's the dragon poison? Okay. Because if it were the anchor, it would be algae. So it would be drag algae.
That's right.
And Xerneas, respectively, can't come soon enough. I had never played X and Y, so Xerneas is going to be a really something I'm completely and totally not used to.
John Deere.
Yeah, it's the blue deer. I want there to be a level cap for getting normal potions from stops. Once you hit level 30, you only get super, hyper, and max potions from stops. I agree. Although every once in a while, it's nice to just like top off a Pokemon. If they have like only a tiny bit of HP gone, having those normal potions isn't a bad thing. But for the most part, they do clog up items. Just like Pineapps for the most, or not Pineapps, Nanabs. Nanabs for the most part, like, why do you need them?
I mean, for me, they're good for rocket battles, and I use extras as Stardust transfer for feeding gym defenders.
Yeah. I only keep like around 10 to 15 in my bag at most, so whereas Nanabs and raspberries I keep a lot more, or Pineapps and raspberries. I'm messing myself up today. Then again, what episode am I not? Winston the Champ responds with, I'd like them to upgrade the gym system, make rewards for battling and taking over gyms meaningful. Try to make it more like Ingress where you want to control portions of the maps. Maybe have gym territory affect spawns or item drops. I'm sure there is something they can do there to freshen it up. Yeah, I think that currently the only thing with gyms is the higher your ranking, the better items you'll get from spinning the stop.
The better and more.
Yeah. But that's it. There really isn't any other incentive to have a higher level with each gym. So, yeah.
Territories would be interesting.
Yeah, I would be really interested to see how they if they were to implement a territory control system, like a King of the Hill-esque.
Maybe you get like 10 more coins for each region.
Playing around with the coins would be an interesting play.
It's a lot more of an incentive.
Yeah, because of the monetization and stuff. I don't know how I would feel about that. Gold on an EX raid, or gold on a gym on EX raids when they were a thing made it more likely that you got a pass. Okay, so that helps out too. Or that's also an incentive. Although we haven't had EX raids
since March,
5 months, 6 months now. So, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah, I would definitely love to see freshen up of the gym, a gym rework as far as mechanics or rewards or something. So, for sure. All right, that was last community
question from 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Last week, again, we missed the community questions. So this week, our community question I actually grabbed from What John's Doing, suggested it as a topic for discussion, which I'm actually going to make it a community question. What was your favorite Silph Arena Season 2 meta and why? Jesse and I are going to use that as a sort of launch pad to go over Season 2 Silph Arena and kind of just point out some fun moments we had in Season 2 and bring our thoughts around Season 2, I think, to a close. And then I think next episode we're most certainly going to be looking forward to Season 3. So, Jesse, do you have what do you got on Season 2? What were your thoughts?
It was a rough start for a lot of people. Apparently, they transitioned from type cups to concepts, and I think everyone took really well to Sinister. It was thematic. It felt like it worked pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It brought a lot of new Pokemon into the spotlight. Like, I don't think we had seen much of a lone Marowak before then. I know we hadn't seen much of Steelix, and I think there were some other interesting ones during that cup as well that, you know, most people had never seen before, and people were using them and, you know, learning how important that these things could be. Like Poliwrath is another example.
I don't know if you
I know a lot of people didn't like Kirkland, or sorry, not Kirkland. Ferocious. We love you, Kirkland. I know a lot of people were upset about that. That was one of the first whitelist cups I think we had with concepts.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see. It was only 4-legged land mammals, and everybody was like struggling to think, you know, what does that mean? And then everyone sees the whitelist and they're like, so the Umbreon Cup.
What does that even mean? Yeah, it was very bizarre. That was actually
bring up some new things that I don't think people were prepared for, like Bibarrel.
Oh yeah. I don't think anyone was expecting Bibarrel to perform at all anywhere. And then it showed up later. Like, I don't remember where it showed up, but it showed up in another cup in Season 2.
Yeah.
So
overall,
I mean, it's built tanky and it's got it's got some reasonable moves. So
yeah. I mean, if I had to pick a favorite cup, mine was obviously Rose.
Rose was fun. This last season has been very bizarre between, you know, partway through. Honestly, like everything was fine until the Fire Nation attacked. I mean, everything was fine until COVID attacked. Like right around, what was it? Right around Toxic? No, we were still around.
It was right after Rose.
Right after Rose that we had everything shut down.
Yeah.
What was I thinking of in the past then? Was it Timeless? Yeah, it was Timeless. It was Timeless that I was out down in Portland when the meta was announced, and I was chatting with buddies about that. And then for Rose Cup, we were in Portland for, or I guess I was back in Portland, but we were in for the Battle Tower. And then within weeks after that, COVID hit and everyone was heads down at home. And that's been really bizarre, like really bizarre.
And there was a pause between Rose Cup and Toxic because they were trying to find ways to still run cups, but remotely.
Right.
And the entire PvP community reached out to Niantic and was like, hey, would it be possible for us to play a PvP at Great League Friends?
Right.
And, you know, Niantic, they obliged, you know, and we still have to thank them for even now, 5-6 months later, still being able to do that remotely so we can still play the game we enjoy.
Right. And thanks to them, we were able to have a remote Silph Arena Worlds tournament for people from across the globe being able to play remotely. Hopefully that stays, because the chances of having a world tournament like that in the future, you know, when if the remote feature is gone, it makes it really difficult to try and get, you know, only those 4 people
to one location.
The like cost benefit to it, I don't know if it makes sense.
And it also helped Toxic Cup was also the one that we started seeing multiple full remote lobbies.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was we were seeing like
That was nuts.
crazy huge lobbies for remote. Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers, Winston, the amount of time that has passed. Like,
yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost a year.
well,
I mean,
we're at 6 months. We're at 6
7 months.
months.
Okay,
So
6.
yeah, 6 months. Yeah, it's insane. All of the PvP stuff that has happened during COVID.
It helps us forget.
Yeah. Keeps our mind off of the crazy bonkers stuff that's happening.
Time is a flat circle.
Yeah. Well, a sphere is a non-flat circle. I don't know.
But I mean, yeah, as far as they were definitely some very interesting cups.
Mm-hmm.
I think once we hit Toxic, a lot of people started enjoying some of the metas. I know some people like some more than others.
Mm-hmm.
Personal favorite, I think, was Sinister. For as far as ones I played in.
Yeah.
Far as overall cup, I just loved the atmosphere of the battle tower when we were there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Sinister as well. It felt, I was absolute garbage in Sinister. But I really loved being able to run like Empoleon. I got a newfound respect for Drifloon. Drifloon was super fun.
And now it's even better.
Yeah, the absolute rise of AWOC is huge. That's like super important. It played well before, but I think its dominance in Sinister really brought awareness to how well it performs.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like, I don't remember a lot of cups because of just like COVID haze. I think I remember enjoying Sorceress Cup, but I wouldn't quote myself on that. I wanted to play in Forest, but I just couldn't build a team for it. I just was not confident in any team that I was going to put together for it. So I'm a little sad on. I think the unfortunate thing is because of COVID. Holy cow. Like, I haven't been able to go out and play and catch as much Pokemon. Or like I'm trying to stay home, and so I haven't gone out and caught as much Pokemon that I'd like. I don't have as many relevant PvP Pokemon, just because like I just don't feel comfortable going out, and that kind of hampers my confidence in being able to put a team together and stuff for PvP. So, that I don't know. That's disappointing, I guess. I don't know. Did you leave me again?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just letting you do your exposition.
Yeah. Eric in the chat. Here's something insane to think about. GBL Season 1 started on the day/weekend that COVID hit the U.S. Winston says COVID is almost 4 seasons old. Yeah.
Seasons, Steven.
Yeah, seasons.
First weekend that Go Battle League season started. Wow.
It's
insane.
That
really what season 1 was?
That's insane.
They brought that out at a good time, huh?
Yeah, and then they dropped the walking requirement, which is fantastic. Yeah. And a lot of people are very afraid of when we're, when COVID is less of a worry, and if they
bring it back.
If they bring that walking requirement back, it kind of makes people worry. So,
yeah,
and I think the working on that battle tower as a super big highlight for season 2. And I don't think we'll be able to work on another one in season 3. But I think the battle towers offer a really awesome gathering place for PvPers and the community.
When you say
stuff.
We won't be able to work on one, you mean that's because they probably won't have one?
I cannot imagine within the next season we're going to be able to go back to a battle tower. as far as the society will not be back.
Unless they decide to do a remote one.
Yeah, they would probably call it something else.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't. I don't know. Potentially.
So the community question that we have for everyone that's listening or watching here on Twitch is, what was your favorite experience from season 3, whether it be a cup, somewhere you went, someone you watched? What was your favorite memory from season 3?
Yep. Season 2.
Sorry, yeah, 2.
Yeah, the GBL seasons numbered are messing me up too. Yeah, they're messing me up.
Go Battle League season 2. There we go.
Yeah.
Throw us a comment at Twitter at battle_science. That's the one for Twitter, right?
Yeah. You can email us.
I get the Twitter and the email one confused.
Yeah, the email battlescience.podcast@gmail.com. Feel free to email us. I haven't gotten one yet, so props
Steven
to the
is
first
waiting
person.
I'm waiting. You've got mail.
Waiting patiently to get the notification that someone emails us. All
you can
I'm
also
getting
jump
is
in the Discord. We read off some of the comments in Discord.
Yep.
I think we have that set for under podcast discussion, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. We have a bunch of different organized and different channels, but we're not like strict as far as what discussions happen where. So
just don't put your friend code in raid lobby. I'll smack you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. Do you have any other content? We've got our community question. Things are happening behind the scenes. This next month is going to be a little bit weird for Battle Science is going to step forward. We've got some stuff in the works. I personally have a new job on the way. I just got to go through the paperwork and stuff. So, still should be recording live on Twitch on Tuesdays. I have requested that I have Tuesdays off. Other things might change. My availability might change, whatever. But podcast should still be on Tuesdays. So, I want to try and keep that consistent. But I think that's it. September should be cool. I will greatly appreciate a PvP break from Silph Arena. But season 3 is on the way. Jesse, any final words to stop me from rambling?
Get out there and vote for which cup you think is the most interesting for the player's choice.
Go vote. And I won't be specific where. Go vote everywhere. PvP, the 2020 general elections. Go vote. Do that. It's awesome. You're a cooler person when you vote.
Also, stay tuned for Go Battle League night. I'm going to be streaming.
Ooh, you're streaming the Flying Cup stuff?
We'll talk about it.
Okay. I mean, I don't have plans to stream because I will be garbage. I don't have a good Aerodactyl, so if you wanna flex on kids, if you want to floss on kids after beating them, go for it. I'll watch. And play off.
I'm sorry, flossing isn't my generation. My generation's what they did in Halo.
Oh, okay. Be respectful. Thankfully, they don't have emotes, and they don't have emotes yet in PvP in Pokemon Go PvP.
Oh, jeez.
Not yet. I would not be surprised if they did it, but
maybe for spectators.
Yeah. It would be cool to have like a little like GGs or something that you could do after. Like a little note or something you could send to your opponent after your battle or something, but
like rematch or something.
Like good game or nice plays or something generic. Like I think Smash Bros does something similar.
Yeah.
Just like pre-written canned response. It. Yeah. I am feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Things like silly positive stuff or whatever. That would be kind of cool to see. Or if your pose was animated, so someone was, flossing or whatever, they could sell it.
Please stop.
It would be cosmetic only stuff, realistically. And if they wanted to monetize it, I would be okay with that. So that would be a better thing to monetize than the way that they're monetizing raids.
Oh, I don't know if we talked about it in the last episode. Last bit of information I just found. Beginning of October, all your older devices are going to fall off.
Oh, yeah, that's important. Let me see if it's up
It is. I can pull it up real quick.
Okay. On PokemonGoLive.com.
Yeah. Be under updates.
Updates. Here we go. Pokemon Go to discontinue support for Android 5, iOS 10, and iOS 11, as well as iPhone 5S and iPhone 6. They were making a mention a while ago, but delayed this push after some feedback. An upcoming update to Pokemon Go in October. We don't know if that's beginning of October, October 1st, or if it's like mid-October. We don't have a date on that. Ending support for Android 5, iOS 10, iOS 11, as well as iPhones 5S and iPhone 6 devices. Only trainers with devices running Android 5. Only trainers using those devices with that specifics will be affected by this change. Trainers with devices or operating systems not specifically listed here will not be affected and don't need to take any action.
So if you need to find out if your device is specifically one of those devices, you can go into your system settings about your phone and it will tell you what operating system it is currently running. They are giving you a little bit of notice, so you have until October. At the least, it's the 1st. At the latest, it's the 31st. And there are articles and groups out there that have found out from Niantic which devices specifically are going to fall off. So you can look at those lists to find out which ones are in that criteria. The iPhone 6 SE has been verified to be good. I know that is one of the newer ones that have come out, but I guess it's an older model phone running a newer OS.
Interesting. I'm not super knowledgeable about the Apple platform, so
neither am I.
I will defer to other people in that info. Yeah, this is really important, and surprisingly, we missed it in the news roundup. But glad we got it in before we ended the. Glad we got it in before the end of the podcast.
And again, we have no idea what this is, what the reason for this is. But I've heard rumors that there's going to be a new map put into the game, a new overworld map. So something maybe with a little more detail, maybe some more interaction with the actual terrain of the map.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying it is the map, but I've seen things from the Pokeminers suggesting it might be map upgrades. It also could be more things to do with AR, which seems to be more of what they're focusing on right now because they have been partnering with a bunch of people lately to upgrade the AR systems. So this is more of a Pokemon Go is wanting to evolve. And if you're with an older phone, you're going to have to push B. Get it? Because it's a evolving joke.
Oh, I would the blinking emote. It's not Dan Reichert. Who is it? It's oh shoot, I should remember. Or maybe it is Dan Reichert. I don't remember who the blinking emote is.
Anyways, if you are concerned for your device, check on Google or any other search platform for Pokemon Go October update, and you'll probably find one of the many lists that people have put out that show which phones are under fire.
Yep. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you for catching that, Jesse. I would have forgotten. That is important information. So, thank you all for tuning in. We will catch you either for the next podcast in a week and a half, although maybe in a week. We've got a special bonus episode that I've got to write up content for as a, quote, preseason primer to Season 3. If you don't know all of the juicy details about Pokemon Go PvP and have been listening to us and wondering what in the world are they even talking about, I will be writing up a bunch of information, and we will be doing a special edition of the podcast on an off week, basically going through a bunch of those informations of what in the world is Pokemon Go PvP and how do you get prepped for Season 3 of Silph Arena. So stay tuned for that. More fun, awesome, sweet advancements in technology that are being applied to battle science. And the podcast will be coming within the next month. So stay tuned for that. explosions, fireworks. Stay safe out there, kids. It's hot. In some places, it's cold. The air is not great to breathe in, and COVID is still around. Be nice to other people, and we'll see you guys out there on the battlefield.